This woman woke up to find herself lying on a smooth stone wall. Beneath her feet was a black abyss. The woman was terrified. She was about to get up when she almost slipped. Fortunately, the woman was able to hold on to the wall with her hands in time, so she didn't fall. She looked around in fear and realized that she was trapped on a curved surface of nearly 90 degrees. If she wasn't careful, she would fall to her death. The only way she could get out of here alive was to climb up the wall. So the woman tried her best to control her inner fear, and then took a deep breath. Then she slowly raised one of her legs and pressed it hard on the ground. Then she carefully stretched out her left hand and pressed it tightly against the wall. Once everything was ready, the woman started to move upwards with all her strength. Unexpectedly, the next moment, her body suddenly began to slide down. The woman was so scared that she hurriedly pressed herself against the wall, not daring to move a bit. When she finally recovered, she realized that her palms had already been rubbed with blood. But at this moment, she couldn't care less. Now she had to find a way to climb up as soon as possible. Otherwise she could only wait here to die. So she forced herself to endure the pain and used her clothes to wipe off the blood on her hand. Then she blew a few breaths into her palms to dry the blood, so as to increase the friction between her palms and the wall. She pressed her hands against the wall and tried to move them upward again. Luckily for the woman, she succeeded this time, and she saw a glimmer of hope, so she wiped the blood off her hands and tried to move up again in the same way. However, after several attempts, the woman's palm had become a bloody mess. At that moment, she suddenly saw a shocking scene, only to see that the opposite stone wall was covered with the same bloody handprints as hers. Apparently, the person on the other side had made the same attempt, only to fail and fall down in the end. The woman was horrified by this scene. She couldn't help but worry that she would end up the same as the other side. But as she moved upward again, something unexpected happened. It seems that the scene on the other side had a bad psychological effect on the woman. She was already panicking, but the worst was yet to come. Just as the woman raised her hand, she suddenly realized that a drop of rain had fallen on her hand, immediately followed by a clap of thunder. A light rain soon fell from the sky. The rain not only wet her body but also made the stone wall behind her even more slippery. The woman could only lean against the wall, not daring to move. But even so, her body began to slide uncontrollably. At this point, the woman has reached the edge of collapse. She couldn't help but let out a roar of despair. But just when she was about to give up, she suddenly saw the necklace on her chest. Then she thought of a good solution. She took the necklace off and wrapped it around her hand. She wanted to use the friction between the necklace and the rock wall to climb up slowly, but in the end, she fell.